Aloha, siblings. Today's video is Mastermind. And I guess that's basically it. There's really not much more to say. It's just, it's an online game. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description if you're interested in trying to play it yourself. This is different than Codebreaker. This thing is actually calling itself Mastermind Online. I'm curious to know if they have a relationship with Invicta. I know I've said this before, but I'm pretty sure that the Mastermind, as far as games go, is a thing for Invicta, but maybe is it too common a word that they can't own it for, like a word for I don't know. Well, whatever. It's just curious. Is there anything specific to say about this? I'll wait till we open up the game and get started playing because there's some things to explain about how this is how this is different than the Codebreaker that you've seen me play before in the past. Yeah, so before I get going and start playing the game, let me do my YouTuber thing. If you like the video, please click the like button. And also make comments, positive comments, or if you have criticism, I'll take some criticism. Unless you're just being mean, then I'm just going to ignore you. And also, if you really like the video, then, think about subscribing to the channel. Okay, I have social media links in the description for Facebook and Instagram. There's also a Patreon link. It just serves as a tip jar, so yeah, it's $1 a month. There's also a thank you button down below if you want to, just do a one-time, give me $1 once. There are other links in there somewhere. No, I think that's it for the links. Otherwise, I'm trying to remember to promote my live stream. It's every Saturday night at 8 p.m. California time, lasting till typically 10:20. Again, that's every Saturday night. Yeah, I guess that's it. So let's just get on with playing the game, shall we? That's why we're all here, right? Okay. So here we go. So you'll notice there's a few things. I can choose to how many, well, the code length, right? So is it 4 spots, 6 spots, or 8 spots? So how many colors am I choosing? There's 8 colors to choose from, but how many slots do they have to fill, I guess? And this is what it sounds like. It allows for duplicates. In basic version, it's just one color. Each color can only appear once in the puzzle, right? So you're going to have 4 different colors at this thing, 6 different colors at this, and it's going to use all 8 colors on the last one. It's just a matter of finding the order of them in that way. If you allow duplicates, they could all be the same color, or it could be, 2 and 2, 1 and 3, right? That kind of thing. So I'm just going to start pretty basic. I'm just going to start with the 4 version because it's pretty simple. And I may go to some of the longer ones as I progress through, but I might just stick to the 4 because it's pretty simple, and I think that way it's really easy for people just to follow along. And this isn't a tutorial video, right? This is just an ASMR video, so I think it might be more relaxing to just do the 4 only, and that way it'll just be easy puzzles that I can solve fairly quickly and easily at a moderately slow pace, and you can just sort of stare at it and go, oh yeah, that's interesting, and then maybe you zone out and tingle or sleep or whatever, that's all good for you, man. So here we go. Let's start playing a game. So I like to just start with a single color. Yeah, there's plenty of guesses here, and I haven't been able to. I don't think I've not solved one yet in this. I might have not, but this so far this seems to be plenty of guesses for me to start off this way, and it's not that big a deal. Anyway, red is not in the puzzle, so I will now move to blue. Similarly, blue is not in the puzzle. Yellow is in the puzzle. Okay, the red, this is different than black and white. Red means right color, right spot, and white, again, is normal. It's, correct color, wrong spot. So since I've covered all 4 spots clearly, we get a red pick. So I'll just start there arbitrarily to the left and introduce green into the puzzle. Okay, so since they're both white, that means green can't go in any of these 3. It has to go here. It's the only spot left. And we'll just move yellow along. And let's toss in the pink. Okay, well, we got those 2 right. So, the yellow got guessed pretty quickly, correctly. And now let's throw in the white. Okay, there's one white in the puzzle. Let's just choose the left one. Let's put these back in, like that. And now let's toss in the black. Nope, so we know it's going to be purple. It's the only one left to choose. Alright, and now here comes the purple. And so there we go. Yay, we win! You know, I'm thinking maybe I ought to get some kind of weird animated GIF sort of thing that has like little confetti sort of things popping around. I don't know if I could stick that into OBS or not. I don't know. That might not be worth the effort. Alright, so yeah, it's just, this is one thing that I do find a little frustrating or annoying with this particular version of the game. So you have to, like, this will start the game, but when you get a new game, you have to go back to say start the game again, rather than just having a, like a new game button up here or something. Whatever, it's their design choice. Okay, again, red is not in the puzzle. Blue is in the puzzle. Yellow is not in the puzzle. Green is not in the puzzle. I'm starting to run out of options. Okay, so pink is in the puzzle. Let's just choose the leftmost one. And throw in white. Okay, looks like we have 3 colors now, so that would be white, pink, and blue. I'm just arbitrarily, again, choosing the left. That tends to be my habit. Okay, I just have to flip those 2 now. So let's put the black one there, let's put the white one there, let's put the pink one here, and we'll put the blue one there. And voila! So we'll go back and say, start another game. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of rushing through these, so maybe I should kind of slow down a bit, right? So let's put red ones in each of those spots. Nope, red is not in the puzzle. So we will put blue in. And it similarly is not in the puzzle. So now we will try yellow. And it is in the puzzle. Seems familiar. We played this game already. Okay. So, since, well, the red has to refer to green, because otherwise if yellow was right, then there's no place for the green to go, right? That should be, hopefully that's pretty clear. And I am, hopefully time permitting, I'm going to be recording another Mastermind to be released a couple days after this one. It will be a tutorial, and it'll be mostly whispered. Let's just move the green one. And since we still only have 2 scoring, then that means that the pink is not in. So let's toss in the white and see what happens. Okay, they're all in the wrong spot. Okay, that's kind of good for us, because now we know that I moved the green and that wasn't the right option, right? So that means that it was the green in the right place, not the yellow. Now we need to move yellow. It only has 1 place left to try, so this should be a red pig for that one. And now white also is under, a white pig scoring. So it has to go where it hasn't been, which means it has to go where the yellow was. And now this last spot is either black or purple. I will say black. Oops, why did I do that? Click there, then click this. There you go. It's not black. So it's going to be purple. And of course I did deduce the rest of these correctly, so they're in the right spot. And voila. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I don't know, I'll just keep going at this. So, again, I'll start with red. And we'll now, red is in. Yay. guess the first time with this particular session, isn't it? Nope, no blue. So put the red in. Oh, well, the good news is I also, since this is red, for that red, I think that's amusing to me for some reason. I, just happened to guess the correct spot the first try. Yay for me. Let's see what we get here. Again, still no yellow. Let's go put the red. Now let's introduce green. Still no green. Let's go back, put up the red. Let's introduce pink. And there are pink, so let's say, or there is pink, I should say. I don't know what it matters. I don't know. I'm not the best guy for when it comes to grammar and the like. So you probably shouldn't listen to me when it comes to grammar. Math stuff I feel pretty confident, but English grammar is not so much. Okay, again, since these are all correct, I know these two are right, so it has to be these two that flip. So let's just flip them. That's interesting. The second time we've had to flip black and white. Of course, different colors on the first two, but there you go. And okay, start the game. These are going so fast. I might try some of the more complicated games just because I think they'll go slower. Trying to, to be truthful, I don't play this version of, the Mastermind thing as much as I used to play the Codebreaker version. When I'm not so much for gameplays and stuff like that, because this is the first time I'm doing this one, I think. But I used to play the Codebreaker one a lot. Like, kind of mindlessly while I was watching TV, you know what I mean? And okay, so the green has to be the red one, so let's just stick it there. There's only one place left for red, so it's got to go there. And we'll put in pink. My brain just sort of stalled there for a quick sec. Okay, so we got green and red properly, but there is no pink. So let's say green, let's say red, and now let's toss in the white. Okay, there is white. Again, I'll start, as my habit is, to the left. Let's get these colors in, and now let's toss in the black. Alright. Wow, interesting. Again, we're flipping the black with the white. And we'll keep the red, and we'll keep the green. Here we go. Anyway, but it does seem to me that, especially the sixth one, now here's the thing, in a sense, conceptually, it's no more difficult than the 4 one, because it's the same principle, but it is more difficult in the sense is that you just have more work to do, you know what I mean, because there's just more spots. And I have to admit there are times that I haven't finished, so I guess maybe I have failed on some of these, but it's not because I used up all the guesses and got the wrong thing at the end. It's down to, I'll get to about halfway here on the 6 ones, and I'll just lose interest in playing. It's just, I just can't, so I don't know, so hopefully that won't happen here today. Well, if it does, I'll just edit it out, and then you won't even know anything about it. Oh no, what's going on here? That was very weird. I don't know what that was about. Maybe I right-clicked by accident or something. Anyway, so we're going to keep the blue there. No, actually, let's move the blue over one like that, and let's put the red there. That way I get the slanty red as it goes across. That's another thing I like to do is I don't know how the odd consistency in my placement of things sometimes has these weird patterns emerge, which I find amusing. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say yellow still, just because why not? I got to pick somebody to be in the right plus spot. Okay, now this is frustrating because having the extra 2 spaces makes this sort of stuff a little bit more, I have to actually do work. Okay, it could be that the yellow is still in the right spot, so let's do that. that would mean all the rest of them move one. So if yellow is correct, however, that means that green only has 2 options to try. And whereas like the others have 3 options still left to go. So anyways, let's just move them around. There goes the green. Here comes the red. Here goes the blue. Oh, I clicked check and I haven't filled in these empty spots. Come on, dude. Get your head in the game. All right. Wow, okay. So I'm thinking that I did guess yellow correctly. If these 2 are right, that means green has nowhere to go, so at least one of these has to be white. Which means if at least one of these is white, that to me kind of implies that green has to be one of the reds, doesn't it? So I'm going to say that it's green and red that are correct. I will move the blue one, and I will put the pink where the blue was. Right, because that would be these 2 white. And then now I have to choose one of these 3 to go in. No, I guessed completely wrong. So I'm hoping, again, that the yellow is fine. So let me back to here. So it wasn't these 2, which means it was one of the pinks and the blue, right? Unless I've totally sort of screwed the pooch. Which I suppose is possible, right? It's early Monday morning, so. Alright, so if I keep those 2, and then that means green will have to go there. And I think, yeah, red, this is the only spot left for red because of the way these are plugged up. And it is white, so let's move white. Alright, let's see about that. What do you know? We got it all correct. And it wasn't so bad, was it? And let's go back. You know what I'm going to do? I will do an 8-1 eventually. But let's go back and do 4. And now I'm going to do it with duplicates. Alright, again, I'm going to start with. Now, if you do try to play this game, I would suggest that you do use this thing of trying to do it starting with single colors and introducing them the way that I habitually do. See, here's the deal. If you just did them like 1 or 2 or like 1 of each, right, you're not going to, you run the risk of missing all of your doubles and duplicates and things, right? Because if you just put 2, there could be 3 of them. You see what I'm getting at? Anyway, so that's, again, this strategy that I use with the single color thing has advantages in the duplicate version of the game. Okay, we know yellow's out, and I luckily picked blue correctly. And now let's... Okay, green is out too. So we'll put in blue, and now I will introduce the pink. Still no pink, so let's put back in the blue. And now let's introduce white. What do you know? Interesting. Okay. You know, let's do 1 more of those as well. So I will say red. There's only 1. And now I will say blue. Oops, red is in the wrong spot and there is no blue. Now let's introduce the yellow. Yay, red is correct. Yellow is correct, but which of the 3? I will choose the leftmost one just arbitrarily. Let's introduce the green. Okay, I didn't guess correctly for yellow, right? So let's just move the yellow here, and let's introduce pink. Nope, no pink. So we'll say red and yellow, and I will toss in white. Alright, there is 1 white, so again I'm going to choose the left one just to try, see where that takes us. And I'll throw in the black. Yep, there we go. Nice. You know, I keep looking over at the clock because it seems like I'm just burning through these pretty quickly. And I'm not trying to be speedy, but yeah. Anyway, I hope it's not too fast that it's distracting to you guys. let me do one more of the 4, and then I'll do a 6 with duplicates, and then maybe I'll try a couple of 8s, and we'll see where that takes us time-wise. Because I can't remember how fast the 8s go. Again, because I just don't play this one as frequently as I used to play the other. Well, we'll find out together, won't we? Okay, so there are 2 blues, right? Because there was only 1 red, so that means there has to be 2 blues. Also, we know that red cannot go where it is, because then there's no place for another blue to go, because here's the deal. One of these has to refer to the blue, and one of them has to refer to the red, right? So one of these blues moves, but where does it go to? It goes where the red needs to not be. So that will be another red peg. Now, which of these do I pick? I'm going to say that. It just seems weird that they've been doubling up like that rather than going every other. So I don't know if there's some kind of thing in the logic that gets sticky, or if it's just been, coincidental, whatever. All right, so let's move red over to here. And now let's introduce yellow. Okay, yellow is not in. So which is it? We know this one is correct. So one of these other ones is also correct. I'm just going to throw the blue in there because, I don't know, we'll see. Now let's toss in green. Nope, I got them both wrong. So this one we know for sure. This one we now know for sure. And this one we know for sure. So I should get 3 reds. And now we're going to introduce the pink. Nope. So let's do the blues and the red. And now let's introduce white. What do you know? There we go. Okay, now let me go here. And maybe I'll do 1 or 2 of the, who knows, maybe more than 1 or 2, who knows. Let's do red. No reds. Let's do blue. 1 blue. Let's put yellow ones in now. And, okay, one of those yellows is correct. Let's just say that one. Do that one. And now toss in the green. Wow, okay. So these 2 are correct. And so is one of the green. Obviously, that's always going to happen, right? Every time you introduce a new color. If these are correct, then, that if it's in, it's going to be correct in one of those spots, obviously. But now, which one? Let's just arbitrarily choose that one to give it a try. And like that, let's introduce pink. And so we know that blue and yellow are good. Now let's toss the green into a new spot. We didn't get any new scoring marbles, so pink is out. Let's put in white. Nope. So we're going to put in blue and yellow. And let's move the green. And again, there's no new scoring marbles, so yet white is not in. Let's throw in the black. Right on. Okay, so which black? Let's say this one and this one, just again for the kind of the leftmost of the blacks. And now we'll toss in yellow, put in the green, and now this is going to have to be purple, isn't it? Because that's all that's left. Oh no, I guessed one of the blacks wrong, so which one? Alright, so I'll say it's this one. And then now let's put in this one and this one. Now we'll put in this one. Now we'll put in this one. And then now we'll put in that one. Nope, still gotta flip one more. Alright, so let's do the blue. We'll do the yellow. Let's put the purple over here. Let's put this black here. This one there. And now let's say green. so I'm wondering how much of the clicks coming through the... I don't know. It seems... I don't know if they're coming through or not. I'm still working on... Because I have it down pretty well for mind tests. I should be able to just, replicate that for, any of the other games, I suppose. But for some reason, it never quite... I don't know. I just have to get better at putting the mic up to collect the desk noises, like, keyboard clicks and mouse clicks and that sort of thing. And, yeah, that's it. I just have to do some, setup work on the OBS thing. Okay, so yellow's out. Move blue, toss in green. And okay, since they're both white, we know green goes there. Let's move blue once. And now let's toss in pink. Okay, we have two pinks. I know we know green. Blue can't be correct because then the pinks have nowhere to go. So blue needs to move. And one of the pinks has to be a white then, which means it has to go here. And one of the other pinks is right. Let's just pick this one. And now I'm going to introduce white. So I should have two reds for this at least. And I'm not sure about the pink. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, okay. For some reason I was just, okay, no, I'm fine. Let's just check these. All right, so again, we know this one and we know this one, assuming I haven't, brain farted. So is it the other pink or is it the blue that's correct? Because whichever one it is, the other one will move and then the white will go where it'll be one white and it will go where whichever one I moved is, right? So anyway, so pick one, Bill. I'm going to say it's the pink that's correct. Let's move the blue once. Now let's move the white to there. And there goes the black. Nope. So I know this one and I know this one, right? And okay, so that means it has to be that the blue goes back here. And that means that the pink needs to move, right? So I'll put a pink over here, but I'm pretty sure that means white goes over here, and this one should be a red peg now, right? So I think I should have at least 4 red, and then I guess it will be either finished and I've won, or I should have to flip these two. I think that's how we're going to go. Okay, I got it right. Okay. You know what, let's go back, and I'm going to take this off. And now let's play an 8-1, yeah? So here we go. Now, with the 8-1, since there's no duplicates, all colors are getting used, right? So I don't start with the all one color thing, because really all we're hunting for now is position, right? We know all of them in there. We're just looking for position. So I try to find position one at a time. Well, that's not true. You'll see how it goes. So let's start with the red. What does that get us? Okay. Well, so I pretty much follow the same thing. It's kind of the starting of it, but your thinking gets a little bit different because we know there's no duplicates and we know all the colors are in, right? Oops, hang on. Keep kicking the cable. Okay, we're going to leave those there. Now I'm going to toss in the yellow. And they're all in the incorrect spot. So put the yellow in one of those 2 spots. So yellow only has 2 places that it could potentially go. Right, so we've moved those. Now let's throw in the green. Okay, so which 2 are correct? Alright, well it can't be these 2 correct, because then the other 2, I guess the green can go there, but then the yellow has nowhere to go, right? You see what I mean? So it's one of these. Well, it could be both of these, couldn't it? Let's try that. Let's try that. And let's move these. Yeah, let's give that a go. Now let's toss in pink. Okay, I guess completely wrong. So, it wasn't these two that are correct. Now it could be one of these two and one of these green, which is kind of what I'm thinking it should be. Let me think about that for a quick sec. So we know this one doesn't go here. Well, let's just start there, because remember, yellow only had 2 spots to try, and if it doesn't go there, yellow's got to go there. So that helps us a good deal, because that means this red was not the red peg, which means it had to have been blue. So we know these two are right. So now let's move the red just 1. And okay, so since this was a white peg and this is a black peg, there's only 2 red pegs there. Okay, I've moved the red. That means it has to be one of these green as opposed to the green going there, right? So that goes there. All right. Now what about a pink? Pink can only go where it hasn't been, which means it has to, given the way I played these, it has to go into one of those 2 spots, because we're not 100% sure about all 4 of those, right? So these 2 I know, but these 2 I don't. So, pink might be able to go there. Anyway, let's put pink over here. And I am happy with that. Let's throw in the white. Okay, so we know yellow and we know blue, so that's 2 of the red pegs, right? We know it can't be both of these, right? Because if it's both of these, oh, what could it? It could be both of those, because I could just flip these 2. Let's try that. And now let's put white here and pink there. And now we'll throw in the black. Okay, not so good. All right, let me go through these. We know yellow and blue. Okay, going back to here. Man, so it could be one of these. See, here's where it starts getting messy, because there's so many different colors in all of the positions, right? So it's not both of these. So one of these maybe? Or do both of these go and these stay where they were? I'm going to try that. I'm going to say that these were just completely wrong. That, at least that assumption there. Let's go back and try this one. I mean, it could be up one of these and one of those too, right? But you got to start somewhere. So let's start there. Let's move red. Let's move green. And that would mean black has to go there. Nope. Okay. Okay, I'm going to say that it's this, and this, that those 4 are all correct, and these 4 are all need to be fiddled around with. So green has 1 place left to try. Red has 1 place left to try, given that how I played these. It means black has 1 place left to be, and so does purple. So let's see how that goes. Nope. Still all wrong, so these were not right. So I do know that yellow and blue, right? And it means that somehow I have, all right, so how I want to do this. All right, so is it one of these and the other is wrong? Which would mean over here. So let me come back to this one real quick. So these two are right. All right, I'm going to say, oh, I already have these in. Okay, so let's say that the red one was right here. All right, and that would mean green needed to move. So let's put green here, right? All right. But that means the red is a white one here. So that means 1, 2, 3 red ones. And that's making me think that, all right. All right, I'm going to say that that means pink goes over here. Right, will that work? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's try this. I think we're onto something. I mean, it doesn't mean we're right. It just means it's logically consistent, right? Because there could be, given what I have here, multiple solutions because I just don't have enough information. Or multiple potential solutions, I suppose I should say. All right, so let me... If those are good, that's good. That's good. Where does white go now? That means white goes here, I think. Which means black goes here. Except for that I don't think purple's right. Purple can't be here, can it? Or can it? Because that would be 1, 2, 3, ding, ding. Nope, 4, 5, so that's not right. So maybe it's these two. Oops, I didn't need to do that. I need to do this. Let's try that it's that. So this is 1, 2, 3, blop, 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 4, right? Okay. This is 1, 2, 3. Nope, nope. Nope, it's not working. I need a fourth. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I guessed wrong with these. Maybe it was the green and not the red. All right, let me try it. Let me see if I'm not jumping the gun at, which things to move. 1, 2. Am I sure about this pink? All right, I'm going to try that I was wrong with the green and the red. So let's put in the yellow. Oops, come on. Oh, I have to click the check, don't I? All right, so there's the yellow. I haven't checked that one. It hasn't been scored yet. Bill, get your head in the game. So we know that those are good. I'm going to say that green... Oh, you know what I'm going to do here really quick? Let's just do this. Doink, 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 doink. So you can't erase them, right? So right now I'm pretending that the blacks are empty spaces. All right, so these two are right. And I'm going to say that this green is the one I wanted to be correct here. So that gives us these three. 1, 2, 3. Right, okay, hang on. Now I have to look at this. Because that means 1, 2, 3. But I need to get a fourth one on this line. Okay, so I don't think it can be the pink. Because then that means white has nowhere new to go. All right, it has to be one of these white. If this green is what I'm doing, if that's correct, then one of the whites have to be. So could it be this one? Well, let's just see. We'll just do this. But that means pink has to go somewhere new, which means pink would have to go in there. Right? Okay. Now I still have to find a home for red. So what do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3. Nope, nope. Maybe red. Maybe... No, where does black go? That doesn't seem to be working either. Okay, I'm going to go back to just starting with these. So again, I'm going to pretend that the black is just empty spaces. All right. Right, so we're doing this. So yellow only has these two. Yellow can't go there. Yellow has to go there. Right, we knew that. How did I arrive at the blue having to be there? Why am I certain about that? Because this, right? Because since these are all wrong, it means everybody's got to move. But also going back to this one, it means because the ones I assumed that were correct were these two, and they were absolutely wrong. So it means one of these two has to be right. Right, so it has to be the blue. Is that right? Why does it have to be the blue again real quick? Oh, because, okay, so these two are wrong, right, on that assumption. So that means it was these, right, it was one of these two and a green. Because it can't be both of those, so, but the yellow goes here, so the only one left is blue, right, okay. So, there we go, so it has to be one of these four green, and red needs to be somewhere else. Alright, I'm going to try putting green here, because I haven't done that yet, so maybe let's do this, see if this takes me down a new branch that makes more sense logically. Alright. Okay, so if this is the case, so red, red, so which of those two? We know that the green and therefore the red, like if green goes here, then these two are white ones. Which means, okay, if these two are the white ones, that means it was correct with these two. Is that right? Which means it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means these four are all wrong. So let's see. Right, and if green goes here, alright, that's fine. So what do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So red, does red have to go all the way to the end? Let's try that. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So black can't go here. I had these ones aren't right, so it's 1, 2. Three. Right. So black goes there. Right, because there's my 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, so there's the black. Now the only thing I need is the purple. I think that's everybody. Let's see. No, I'm still wrong. Holy mackerel. So yellow and blue. I do think the green is right. Wait a minute. Now if I do the green right here, that means these two. But these two can't be right, so that means those two. Right, so maybe it can't be green. Alright, so these two and these two didn't work. You know what, I don't think I tried. You know, I didn't. Could this be? Let's try the red there. Did I not do that sufficiently? Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Those are correct, which means everybody over here is in the wrong spot. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fourth one? Because see, if these are correct, everybody else moves. La, 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 la. So if I come back to this one, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, but I looked at that and that doesn't seem to fly up here. But I also had the red in a new spot, so let's do this. Let me come back to here. Now with the red being here, so no, it can't be, because, oh no, it could be. I was going to say, because green is tried every other place, right? No, and I'm okay, it can't be, because if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And if red goes there, green has nowhere to go. So it can't be both of those if red is here. So it's not red, maybe it's one of the black then. Could it be these? This one here. Let's try this. I feel like I'm missing something, you know what I mean? Well, you know, I suppose it's not the end of the world if I can't find the answer. Alright, yellow, let's go there, that's, and this. Okay, so that means 1, 2. So maybe it's one of the white. So maybe the white goes here, the pink goes there still, maybe. So that means white. So what goes in here instead of the white? What do I have? So yellow. So I need a spot for red. Red can't go here. Could purple go there? Let's come down to this one. Here, let me do this again. Dink. Now I'm trying to remember that I'm thinking that this one might be the right one for black, but oh wait, I have 4 extra guesses, don't I? Is there a way I can just strategically use 4 guesses in such a way I can just kind of go, can I reduce things down in such a way that I can find 4 options to choose from? 1, 2, 3. So coming back down to here, 1, 2, 3. Where's my 4th one? Alright, it's that white one. So here, these are both white. 1, 2. I need 2 more whites. We know those are right. Alright, so hang on. This one, 2. We're saying that that's correct there. Alright, okay. So now I need stuff that's to be in. Wait, I'm not assuming this though. So red doesn't go here. Oops, no, excuse me. Like this. Alright, so I need 3 things to fill in. So possibly red goes here. Let's see that. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this goes here, that's 1, 2, no. Holy mackerel. What am I missing here? Can I find, okay, so the yellow and the blue need to be there. Okay, so maybe it wasn't the pink that's right here. Maybe it's the white that's right here. And pink needs to find a new home, which would mean pink could go there. Maybe purple goes over there. Is this sufficiently? And what goes where the pink is? Or, excuse me, where this other white is. What am I missing here? Red, blue, yellow. Oh, I need a green. Can green go there? Is that going to work, maybe? So 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. No. Okay, so those are all wrong. Zowie. So maybe that is enough for me to tease out the rest of this now. So we know green doesn't go here. Green has never been tried here. But hang on, we know this is a white one. Oh, we know this one here. So that means this is white. Because of that, right? Yeah. So we know the yellow and the blue is fine, right? So that's these. This is red. Yellow is not. I tried this, so green doesn't go here, right? So, looking at this one back to here, green doesn't go here, yellow doesn't go there, so these two are wrong. Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot, right? Because look at this, green doesn't go here for sure. I think I've exhausted all the possibilities for this. Alright, here's the thing, I remember saying this, right? These are both wrong. Yellow has to go there. Right, so red has to also be a white one, so it has to be one of these green, not that one. Alright, so we know it can't be this green, for sure. So green has to go in one of these three spots. I've tried it here, I think. Let's try that again, just to see if we can exhaust all possibilities here. So if green goes here, ding, 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 that means white can't go here. Alright, let's come down here where we introduced white. Because this and this have to be right. If green goes there, that means these two are whites. So that's 1, 2, white, white. So one of the whites is correct, and the pink is correct according to this. If green goes there, so that means pink has to go here. White can't go there, so white has to go in one of these other two. Let's choose the left one. Alright. So what does that give me? That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So this gives me 1, 2. So here's a white one, here's a white one. Those are white. Which means one of the blacks is right. Alright, and I've suggested that this white is where I want to be, so let's put this black here. Right, ding, ding, ding. Purple has to go over here. Nope, then that leaves red here, which can't be correct. So maybe white goes here, which means, alright, 1, 2, 3. As far as that. But if that's right, pink can't go there. Hang on. That contradicts the thing that I said before, doesn't it? If these two are right, so blue is right. One of these greens, if I try this green, that means this is white, white. These are white, white. which means one of the white is correct and the pink has to be correct. But if I do that up here, they can't be. So there's a contradiction. So it's telling me that I'm going to say that the green, because that's, my assumption was that if green goes here, what happens, right? Down here, if green goes here, hang on a second. Right, these are all white. So I'm looking at this one. So we know blue goes here. We know yellow goes there. So this is a red one. This is a white one. This has to be a white one. If I choose this one, right, yeah, so if this is it, but pink has to be both there and not there, so green can't go there. All right, so let's put this like that. Doink. All right, so which of the other greens? Okay, if I try this, if it's this, those are my three. Right, if green has to go here, ding, 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 that means all the other ones have to find somewhere new to go. So pink only has 3 places to try. Or excuse me, yeah, it can't go here and here because of those two. But it can't go in these 3. So pink can go here, here, or here. So maybe I should think of it that way, because that only gives me 3 things and I have 3 guesses left. So let's try this. If I do this, this, and this with pink having to be there. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So where is my 4th? It can't be the white one. And alright, this 1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th one? 1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th one? See, there you go. This is what it needed to happen, so it could, I could put some time on this video, huh? Okay, let me scoot over a little bit more. I feel like, there we go, I'm getting in front of the puzzle. All right. So if those go there, that means green doesn't go here. These go here. Where can green be? So green can only be in one of these 2 spots. Alright, because it can't go there. And we've just ruled out that it can't be here, so it has to be in one of these 2. So let's pick that one. So where do I have, okay. Dot, 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 dot. Alright, so where do I have 1, 2, 3? Who can be the red one here? It could be the purple one, I suppose, right? Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means white has to go where it wasn't before. Alright. Red go here. And then black goes here. I don't know, let's give it a shot. What do you know? Finally. Well, okie doke. Should I do? All right, this is turning out longer than I had actually anticipated, but let's just roll with it, shall we? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to only play one more game, but I'm going to play it in 8 with duplicates. I'll see what that gets me. I'm thinking this might be easier than the last one, frankly. Okay, only one blue. Let's try the yellows. Oh, this is totally tangential. It has nothing to do with anything, I suppose. But on the last live stream, somebody suggested a game to me that is N Ortle or something like that. Basically, it's Wordle to the nth. And the way you play it is you can start off wherever you want, but what seems to be funnest to me is you start with just like one thing, so it's like Wordle, and then if you've solved that, you get to the next level, and you'll do 2 at the same time, and then 3 at the same time, and so on and so forth. But it just keeps going. I think I played it the other night like that, and I think I got up to like 16 or 17, something like that. So I think the next couple of times I might do that instead of octortle. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so that's sort of a, things to come maybe kind of idea. Anyway, let's get back to doing this. Wow, okay. So, blue has to be the white one, doesn't it? Right, so if blue is one of the red ones, that means green, with the white ones referring to one of the greens, and it has nowhere else to go. So, so which of these 3 green are correct? I'm not sure. Let's say this one, and then these 2. And then let me move the blue. And then now let's toss in pink. Yikes, got them all wrong. Well, all but one. Alright, but this means that pink is not in, right? Because I still only have 4 things. Alright, so... well, again, it can't be that this one is the right one, can it? Because, or can it? Let's see that. If I do that, then green can go here, here and here, right? Yeah, that would work. All right, now let's toss in the white. Nope, I'm still wrong in that sense. Actually, I am wrong in that sense because it can't be the blue one. See, because if it was the blue one, that would mean I'd have to move the green ones into 3 new spaces, and there's only 1 new space for them. So it's not the blue one. So it's one of these green that is correct. Alright, so that only gives us 4 things to work out. So let's try this one. And so if it's this one, that means it's not these 2. Right, which means that would be a white one. This would be a white one. Both of these would be white. So green could go here, and green could go where the blue one was. And then we will move blue 1. Right? So 1, 2, 3 red 1. Oops, yeah, 3. Let's do this. So ding, ding, ding. That for these. Right? And then white, or excuse me, that gets a red peg. And these 2 get a white peg, yep. And so does the blue. And this one. Wait a minute, where's the red peg on this one, on this row? Right, holy crap, okay, so... Alright, it's got to be one of these ones then. So let's just turn this one black again, just so it can be a kind of an empty space until I can see what I'm doing. So that looks like Okay, 1, 2, 3 red ones. The blue one gets the white peg. 1, and the blue and those greens are white. Yeah, okay. And alright, so now I need to find a home for one of the white ones, which means it only has 2 spots to try. Let's try it at this one. And now let's actually introduce the black, shall we? Wow, nope. Still haven't got nothing really. Well, I was hoping this was going to actually be easier, but it doesn't seem like it is being easier. Alright, again, let's go back to this green one being here. Alright, if it's these, if it can't both go here. And blue can't go here. Can blue stay here? Let's try that. Can blue stay here? So then this is, that's that, the red peg. That's a white peg. Also that would be a white peg. This would be a white peg, so that would mean I have 3 new spots. Or could it go here? No, because the blue was the only one that can't go here. Green can't go there. So it can only go in these 3 spots. So it can't go here. And it can't go there. Alright, I don't think it can be blue. I think it has to be this green. This green. And then I think it has to be this green. I will move blue 1 more. So where does that put white? Okay, so that's, this is a white one, this is a white one, this is a white one. These are both whites. So that means one of the white ones has to be correct. So it can't be this one. I've moved blue to there. Let's put white here. Right? So that takes care of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I have right now. And the rest of these have to be purple. Is that what's happening? Okay, I have them all in, but I don't have anybody in the right... Well, I only have 2 of them in the right spot. Yikes. Oh, I thought this was going to be easier. Now I'm discovering it to be a lot more difficult. See, my thinking was that if you have duplicates, then you could think of duplicates as being a clunk of, you know, like reducing the kind of the conceptual number of spots to fill. But I guess, yeah, that was erroneous thinking on my part. Okay, so let's come back down to here. I'm thinking that maybe I'm wrong with this green one. Because I keep getting all these weird things happening over here, so let me think if it's a different thing. So... Alright, let's try it this way. I tried this being blue, and what that gave me everything else being white. Right, if this is the blues here, I don't have enough spots for green to go to, do I? Right, because it means it can't go in these 3, and then it can't go in these 3. There's only 1 spot left. Yeah, so it's right, so blue doesn't go here. So what if blue goes here? Alright, so let's try that. This is blue. Let's say this is green. So there's 2 whites here. this one, so that would mean the other green would go here. So I need one more green. Perhaps this one. But then I need 3 spots for the purple. Nope, that can't happen. So I need to find 3 spots for the purple. So let's do that. Purple can go here. Here and here. That can't be right. Let's try this one instead. So that would mean that this green and this purple are right. Let's put the blue over here. Again, I'm going to use the black as the... here I'm just going to make all these black for a quick sec. And let me start over. All right, so... That's not right, that's not right, that's not right. I just tried going through that and that doesn't work for me either, right? That's why I moved it to here. If this is right, then one of those other greens should be right. Well, if this is right, let's look at it this way. If this is right, and one of the purples is right, so let's do this. Blue here, and purple here. Let's try that for a moment. Okay, if those go there, that means green has to go into places it hasn't been yet, which would mean green would have to go here, here, and here. Alright, so that gives me 3 green. I need the purple to go into 2 places it hasn't been, which means it could go there, there, or there. So let's just try that. It goes here, and let's say here, and then let's put the white here. I don't know. Wow, I'm completely wrong again. Zowie. So purple has to go in not those 3 spots. And I suppose one of these might be right. I don't know. Wow, I'm getting 6 extra chances too, zowie. I'm half tempted. I have 6 chances. I only have 1, 2. I only have 4 colors. So who has the fewest things to try? Who has the fewest things to try? So blue doesn't go here, blue doesn't go here, blue doesn't go here. Have we exhausted this, or did I just sort of get giving up on it? Let me just try that real quick. If blue goes there, who could be the other one? All right, it can't be this green one. It can't be this green one. What else do I have to actually try for? 3 greens, a blue and a white. So it can't be this. So So if it's this, and it can't be those two, it's either the green and the other green, right? Or the white. How does that compare down here? Because what's correct on this row? Alright, so this is obviously a white. Assuming this, right? Just not seeing it, man. What would be the fastest ones to do, right? Alright, so if this guy's right, gotta be one of those other greens. So green could go here, I think. Alright. Which means where do the other two go? Could it be this here like this? If that's the case, one. Could it be like that? No, because then purple has nowhere to go. Alright, so let's look at it this way. If these three are right, where does, because purple can't go in these three. So that would mean, oh man, if it's blue, well, let me do this again. This just keeps not working. Alright, so if this is blue, right, purple can't go there, there, or there. So that means if this is blue, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots for the 3 purple to go into. So which one does it not go into? Maybe I try that. If blue goes there, purple can be in 1, 2, and 1 of these. So let's try this. Purple can go like, what did I say? It can go here. Wait a minute. I just screwed this up, right? Because I don't have a red one in this slide yet, right? Oh man, so it could be that one of them is right here too. Jeez Louise. I got 6 things, so wait a minute, let's try. You know, I'm going to do something silly just because. Let's do, okay, if this is a purple, then purple can't go here or here. So if this is purple, the purple doesn't go here or there. So it means purple has to be in somewhere in here. So let's come back down to this line, and if purple goes there, then this is white. We don't know about this just yet. No, we do. If this is purple, the purple doesn't go here. So purple could go here, right? And it can't go there, right? Could it be one of these? Oh, well, hang on. Let's just do it like this. Could it be here? Let's try it like that. All right, so that would be that. If that's the case, then these are whites. So where does the white go? Zowie. You know, I'm just going to do this. Let's see what happens. All right, so 2 of these are right and one of them's not. So I'm going to say this one, and this one. And now let's do this. This might be risky because I might not get enough information fast enough. All right, so it means that this one was one of them. And one of these is right, but not the other. All right, let's say that it's that one. Right, so ding, ding. And where else does a purple possibly go? Because if this is right, that's not, and that's not. I should have seen that already. I shouldn't even have tried that line. Dang it. Let's try here. Nope. So I want to say it's these 2. And then this one moves to here, maybe. This is getting riskier and riskier. There we go. So there's the purples. So that means in this instance, right, so that means the purples are white ones. So it means this is white, these 3 are white, and this is white. So the only 2, that means the greens have to go. So the greens have to go on the ends. Come on. Oh, I'm doing this one now, right? Dude, get your head back in the game. Ding, ding. Greens have to go here. Right, so I need one more green. So that means these are all white. These are white. That's a white. So one of these green. Let's just pick this one real quick. Does that make sense? Down here. These are my 2 red ones. So what can go here? What do I have there? So I need to find a blue a home, and I need to find white a home. Can white go here? That would be a red one, white, white, white. Nope. So I'm going to say that white goes there. And blue goes here. Nope. Last guess. All right. Ding, ding, ding. We're pretty sure about that. Oh, and the two greens. So that's it, right? Those are that. Oh. Right. So we know those. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means these three are wrong. Holy mackerel, which way do I do them? Can white be this one? Yeah, white could be this one. If green is this one, and blue is this one. Let's see. Yay, finally. Holy mackerel. Okay, well there you go, gang. That was a very weird, I'd try this weird sideways strategy, but I guess it paid off, as risky as it was. This is coming up on near an hour and a half, and I didn't really do that much coughing or any of that and all that. So this is going to be a reasonably long video, so I'm going to call that done. So let me go back over to here and do this. There you go. I hope you had a good time. I should do a secret word again, shouldn't I? For those of you who have watched all the way to the end. Let's say it's a risky. The secret word today is a risky, to kind of be in line with that weird risky strategy where I was just doing the purple and black for a while to do that thing. So today's secret word is risky. R-I-S-K-Y. Risky. Right? There you go. Anyway, see you next time. Hope to see you guys in a live stream. And there you go. Aloha, siblings.